Hey guys, I'm RozaldVane, and welcome back to another episode of Eliza. Where we last left off was we basically went to Soren's talk, met with the CEO of Skanda somehow, and then CEO wanted to meet with us the following day, which is probably chapter 3, and then Soren, the speaker dude, wants to talk to us at the end of chapter 2, I'm guessing, and now we're here with the second session of the day, which is Maya. We had Gabriel in the last episode, and Gabriel was not fun to talk to. But I understand where he's coming from. And he was such a dick that he was just like annoying as hell. I don't know. I don't feel like Gabriel was being nice at all to begin with. Like, even if he's closed off, he was just not being nice at all, I feel like. Like, he was just being rude a little bit. A little tiny bit of rude. Anyways, let's get into it. Let's talk to Maya. Let's see what problem she has this time.
Hello, Maya. Welcome back.
Hi.
It's nice to see you again.
Sure, yeah. Nice to see you too, pal.
I love how she's just like... No, I'm serious. Like, Maya's such a fun character to listen to. It's just...
Is that a weird thing to say? How did I become close friends with a robot?
I mean, fair.
Are we all robots now? Beep boop, nice to see you. I mean, I guess it wouldn't be the weirdest thing in my life.
Seriously. She's such a fun personality.
Shall we begin?
Yeah, sorry. Let us begin.
I realize, is Maya actually like a comic relief character? Because she feels like she's a comic relief. She's just trying to enlighten us and not stress us over much, like how we did with Gabriel and the first dude we did. I feel like Maya is that kind of person. It's just like, or that kind of character where her plot is to just kind of let us cool down off of like those tense and intensive moments, and also those negative moments, I guess.
So, I went to the fancy party, the one I was really nervous about, and
Oh yeah, I wonder how good it went for her.
first of all, it really was the type of party I thought it would be. The atmosphere was really smug and self-satisfied. And there were people walking around with trays of appetizers, and you could, like, take one. So you're standing there with your little square plate for the food and your glass of wine, and you can't, like, shake hands with anybody because you're holding them. But there are some of those, like, tall standing tables. So you're like, okay, I'm gonna go get one of those, and I'll set up shop, right? Like, my little station. But then it turns out there are only, like, 5 of them for the whole party, and they're all taken, so you're just standing there, frozen.
That sucks.
And you're watching all your heroes and people you know from their social media presence just right there. They're right in front of you. Artists, writers, directors.
Nice, nice.
The combined level of achievement there, I can't even think about it. It was astronomical.
Oh.
And for the first couple hours, I was so excited by all of that. I didn't notice the other thing that was happening.
What? What other thing?
But eventually, it caught up to me, and I had this sudden feeling, this sudden realization.
Oh.
My presence here contributes nothing. I'm just some extra person who just showed up.
Oh, she has that same emotional problems of like kind of not giving herself enough credits for making it to the top with those level of people. She doesn't acknowledge herself as one of the many of those kind of people. I mean, I guess that's a self-confidence issue that Maya still has yet to kind of master or get through, and I feel like that's totally fine with her. I feel like that this kind of thing can happen to a lot of people, where people go into this party of like high elite individuals who are like who's like a veteran of many like games and stuff like that. It's really hard to kind of grasp all of it together, and I do understand that kind of I haven't been in that situation myself before, and I don't think I'll ever will be. Maybe, I don't know. Well, I might. I don't even know anyways, but at the same time, I never pay any mind about what the person's reputation is. Instead, I always try to go for questions in my head that went unanswered because of the things I've seen from their products or something like that. Like I think it's best if you feel curious and you want to learn, rather than go into this atmosphere thinking about measuring yourself in the level of how good you are to the other person. You shouldn't be doing that, but I think Maya is that kind of person who just wants to measure herself towards others, which is a normal thing, honestly. But we'll see what happens here. Let's see.
Nobody wanted me to be here. I don't belong with these people. I haven't earned it. So I cried in the bathroom for a little bit, or maybe a lot. It's fine. I'm fine.
I want to give her a hug just to like calm her down a little bit, but I can't. It's so sad.
Sorry.
Man, that's so sad.
How do you know it's true that nobody wanted you there?
Oh, yeah, that's a question that's good to ask.
Because of the way people acted around me. Nobody knew who I was or even wanted to ask.
I mean, I feel her because there's this mentality that you need to put yourself out on your own. There's a thing where it's like if you don't have the power, like if you don't have the stuff that you have to show proof that the people wanted to be curious about you, then you have to push yourself out to get them to be curious about you. Not minus the fact that of like what you wear or how you look. It's not that. It's the idea that you should put in the conversations that matter to be curious about others first, and then they would be curious about you. But at the same time, I think some parties or a lot of parties will always have a mixture of extroverts and introverts, like people who don't like talking with people a lot as much, and worry about themselves and kind of get themselves like kind of fueled up on their own kind of thing. Well, it's not introvert extrovert actually. Let me throw that away because I know extrovert and introvert is a little bit different. No, it's kind of like, are you a people's person or are you not? And also with the fact that you want to be certain that like you have to be very curious about others enough to make other people curious about you. And I think that another thing is that people should look for others who are very, very outgoing and very like forward thinking to bring you to introduce to other people, because there are people in those kind of party or mixers that are like, oh, like there's this one dude or one lady who's like, they know almost everybody in the party, but you need to kind of walk up to them because they won't probably take the time to walk forward to you. And that's a very hard thing for those people to notice that you're there, because there's so many people in the party, you know, like they could easily get distracted. So you have to reach out and grab them and say, hey, I'm here. Tell me who I should talk to because I'm bored. I need somebody to help me not feel like I'm a crappy person who doesn't belong here kind of thing. It's like, I feel like that's the case with Maya. Is like she haven't found that person to help give her leverage to talk to others. Instead, she wants people to go to her, which is already hard enough considering that, again, she recognized that there's a group of people who have very, very popular reputations, I guess. So, anyways.
I would introduce myself and it's like, you could just see it in their eyes.
Really?
I mean, in the world of illustration and comics, people tend to be hyper aware of each other and their careers.
I would say 50-50 maybe. Yeah, because 50-50 people are there for a certain specific reason. The other 50 are just, I'm just here. I'm here. Okay. Goodbye. It's like in the end of the party. Goodbye. I only spent like an hour just looking around.
It's this kind of weird, open secret. Oh, hey, this person who's already popular got 1 million views, got a book deal, pitched an original series. Without anything like that, I have no ground to stand on. I'm just this non-entity.
Man, this is such a sad, like, thing so far.
At one point, I was talking to someone and I was trying to make a joke or whatever, and I could feel the impatience just radiating off him. He sighed, like he couldn't believe he was wasting his time talking to me. I was just over to him.
Oh, wow.
Why can't I hold a conversation?
Maybe it's just people, I guess. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know the full context of the conversation, so I can't really say much.
I guess if I was marginally attractive, then at least I could be charming, but I'm not. I'm not even that.
It doesn't matter. I don't think charm is what makes you you. I think it's just the idea that some people are just not interested, I guess. I do think that people are not interested, and they are just not interested. Like, that's it. Like, that's the bottom line. I just feel like when people are not interested, they're just not interested. But who knows?
Is being charming your goal with this?
Ooh.
No, of course not. There has to be a way I can deal with these feelings.
Maybe meditation?
It's hard. It's really hard when nobody gives a shit about my work. Or me.
I'm thinking it's either because she could probably find a group of people that belong, like, that she could belong to or feel like she belongs to kind of solve this problem, and then also avoid going to these parties ever again if that's how it is. Because again, it's kind of like, if it's not for you, it's not for you, honestly. Going there would be a waste of your own time rather than other people's time in that party, I believe. But I don't know, it's a hard situation to get through, I guess.
I don't even know why I went. I just want to stay home for the rest of my life.
No, don't, please, no, not my, no.
Why do you think you went?
Because of everything they say about how you have to have your face out there and make connections.
Oh, the encouragement of making connections.
The successful people in this business all know each other. It's all about who comes to mind.
But I mean, as I mentioned earlier, just like find the most outgoing person, the person who's very connected, well connected to people, and then connect with that person the most. The rest can just handle itself with the person itself. Like, that person will eventually help you out somehow. But I think that it's hard, I guess, because there's so many people probably in that party.
When somebody needs an art director, they'll think of who they know and go, oh, I think she'd be perfect. Why not ask her? So I need to be out there reminding these people that I exist, that I'm here, I'm making stuff too, I'm part of it. Even if nobody responds to my work. And industry parties are fun, right? You can pretend you're successful even if you aren't. At least for a little while.
I don't know if industry parties are fun. I doubt it. I doubt they're fun. I think they're just there just to let people who don't see other people for a long time just kind of get together, I guess. Maybe that's another thing, is that maybe she doesn't work with people a lot, so she's probably not familiar or fond with the industry parties as much, I guess. It could be that. I mean, I feel like if you go to an industry party, you're going there to meet the people you haven't met in a long time, or people that you've talked to across the states/countries that you worked with before or worked with currently. And then you're like, hey, I finally got to see you finally. And then you guys hang out and everything. And so that's what those industry parties are for, I feel like, to celebrate that industry's achievements and accomplishments in a year round or something like that. But in the case of this, it's like she's walking in there individually, like on her own, basically, and somebody else from inside, which she should have talked to, I guess, could have probably introduced her to the myriads of other people.
Everyone else is projecting this image. It's like their success can rub off on you too.
No.
I mean, I hear people casually talking about their agent, their editor, the amazing people they're collaborating with. And I just get this feeling like, yes, I want that. I need that. Why am I not there?
I see. So the glorification of who's going to be there is what got her to go there, I guess.
What do you think has prevented that from happening so far?
If I knew that, I would be successful already, right? I try and try and try, and I make art and put it out there and share it on every social media site and interact with people when I can, but it just doesn't work. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about the art I do. Every once in a while, another artist will say something nice, and sure, I appreciate that, but it never results in anything. My work goes out there, and it dies.
I feel that too with these videos. I'm sorry. I feel that in the videos as well. Like, it's just, yeah, I put my videos out, and it dies. Actually, no, it's funny because some videos get revived because people are like curious about what they're looking for. Like, they're looking for a walkthrough for certain games. But I mean, that's not the point for me. I feel like it does kind of seem like that, and it's totally fine. I don't really. I mean, I'm not putting a lot of heart and soul into these videos because I'm not like making. Like, it doesn't take me a year to make these videos. I think it just takes me about 1 or 2 days, and I'm like done. Like, that's it. Like, it's out. But at the same time, I think that, yeah, I feel and understand her placement of like making the thing, tossing it out, and then people are like, "What happened? What? Did something just fly by?" Maybe. Who knows? Anyways, as I was saying, kind of thing. Like it feels like that. Like, it just feels like people just ignore you right off the bat. But that's because there's an overabundance of things to look at. So I don't know. It's hard to say.
Regular people don't boost it or talk about it. It's like at some point the universe decided that I don't get to have that.
Dang.
Is it unfair? Or maybe I just fucking suck.
No, you don't suck, Maya. Stop freaking downsizing yourself so much.
Maybe I'm a shit tier artist
No.
and I'm a failure of a person and everyone knows it.
Maya, no. I just feel like Maya's just like, she's just crapping on herself for no reason. It's like nobody's saying any of this, and she's already assuming that she's. Yeah, it's definitely a confidence issue. She just doesn't have that huge confidence that helps bring her out from that negative feeling. I wish I could just go and like help her somehow, but like, she's a fictional character. She makes me, it's so cool because it's like, it makes me worry, but at the same time I know she's not real. This character is not real. Unless she is real, then I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna instantly try to hopefully like help this person out in real life.
Everyone except me. Sorry. I know that's going too far.
I'm sad.
Even though I really feel that way.
Okay, Maya, I'm going to suggest you try a program called Meadowlands. It may help you take your mind off things. You can find it inside the Skanda Wellness app on your phone. Try it for about 15 minutes each day, in the morning or evening.
Sounds kind of boring. Why can't you assign me a game where my problems are zombies and I get to shotgun them in the face?
Because those games already exist. You just buy them and play them. Like Resident Evil, or I don't know, Dead Rising, Dead Island. I don't know. Those things exist.
Actually, I guess I could just buy a game like that, couldn't I?
Yeah, exactly. She said my point.
Maybe I'll stop at the game store on the way home.
Yeah, you should. You should help support the game devs. Support the game devs.
Thank you for coming in again, Maya. We'll follow up with you again to see how you're doing.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate the check-ins. I honestly do. It's easy for me to get lost in these spirals.
I think anybody could get lost in those kind of spirals. And it hurts, too, because sometimes these people who have these situations are alone in this, and they don't have a friend to go to, or they don't have a family member to go to. And they only have themselves to think about how they're going to get out of this situation. And I feel for Maya, and I do understand that kind of pain, because I also use myself as like a way to get out of this situation, because I grow off of it. I'd rather not like sit by and let it idly sit in my brain forever, because that kind of thing needs to be moved on from by that point. So yeah, anyways.
Thank you for speaking with Eliza, your personal counseling partner. Goodbye.
See you soon.
Thanks, Maya. I hope you feel better. I really hope she feels better. Oh, she gave us a 5-star again. Another $5 tip. I honestly think that I think Maya just has a confidence issue. I think she just needs to find the right friend or the right person to kind of like just get to a point where she can kind of come out of that sort of issue, instead of over relying on the AI to dish out her issues. But then again, I don't know. Maybe she might have trust issues as well with other individuals. Who knows? Maybe if Maya comes back again, we'll see what happens next. But otherwise, I don't have any clue what happens from here on out for Maya. Is this a new prompt? Feeling unwanted. The only one really hits close to home. That one really hits close to home. Oh, I see. She's talking. Evelyn's talking about Maya. I wonder what her art is like. It's got to be more interesting than that painting on the wall, at least. Way to hurt this artist. Who makes this art? Where does Skanda get it? I'm not sure why I'm thinking about it so much. Maybe because I have to stare at it all day. I never stare at it much. I only stare at the person's face a lot. If you're wondering where I stare at in terms of the conversations. Proxy social media policy. Oh wow, there's a policy. This message is directed to all those working as Eliza proxies. As a contractor for Skanda, you have to agree to abide by Skanda's global social media policy, contingent staff. During orientation, in light of recent events, however, it seems a refresher may be needed to quickly restate the most important parts of the policy as regards your work as an Eliza proxy. It is okay to state that your work as a proxy for Eliza. Encourage people to try Eliza. Like, share, or make posts that portray Eliza and or Skanda in a positive light. Make neutral comments about competing products, services, or companies. It is not okay to reveal proprietary or confidential information, including the details of any client or counseling sessions. Like, share, or make posts that portray Eliza or Skanda as in a negative light, including other Skanda products and divisions. Then the final and most crucial reminder, if in doubt, do not post. Hope this clears some things up. Thanks. Oh. Omar, Big O, Wald, Communications Director, Skanda. It's interesting that he has a double slash. Usually this double slash is like a comment in programming language. Omar, thanks for the clarity here. I do have one question. If I see someone, say perhaps a friend of a friend, share a negative experience with Eliza, am I in the clear responding to them and explaining how they might have a better time if they set their expectations correctly? It's a real calm down to see someone giving Eliza low marks due to misunderstandings that could be cleared up with a simple conversation. Rex L. Church. Motivational speaker and life coach. Mindfulness advocate, level 50. Damn, this guy's very dedicated as a proxy. And he has a podcast. Point us to this person's post, and we'll handle it from there. Thanks. Oh, okay. So it seems like some of these people individually, proxies-wise, wants to confront those people because those people are giving them a negative light for no reason. But photographer in the building. We expect to have a reporter in the building sometime tomorrow morning. He will also be taking some photos. If you do not want to be potentially photographed, let me know. The article will supposedly focus on the origins of this specific office and its local history and role in the wider development of apps for mental health. That we all know how reporters are sometimes, but we all know how reporters are sometimes. We'll see. Right. Okay. Yeah, sometimes reporters wants to be looking for them juicy information and then just like disregard the whole business in itself. I wonder why the headset shows all these metrics and data. It's not like the proxies can make use of it. Maybe it didn't look enough like advanced technology without all the numbers there. Yeah, I kind of wondered the same thing. Like, why the heart rate scan? Like, the heart rate scan maybe, but like everything else just feels kind of not important or intuitive, and it doesn't seem like it helps the proxy figure out anything or say anything different, because all of that's handled by the AI, sort of. People like that sci-fi look, even when there's no real reason for it. Anyway, should be about time for the next client. Oh, so our breaks are just like very minimal, it seems like. I guess we're just immediately getting to the next one without thinking about it. Trying to think. Should I continue in this? But that means that if I continue into this, I can't say much more. Like, I cannot talk about or commentate a lot more about it. Yeah, I'll probably end it here for now. I mean, it's going to be a shorter episode than the last episode, but that's because I feel like these sessions don't go for longer than... like, these sessions can be longer, or this episode could be longer because I speak a lot about things. And it could be shorter because I don't speak a lot about things, because there's not a lot of content to kind of go off of, and on how I think and stuff like that. Is that a scar on her head? Or is that like a... I feel like it looks like a scar right here. Or it might be just like a skin problem, which I believe some people have skin problems and it just like peels off their skin and stuff like that. I don't know too much about the dermatology stuff that is a problem, but yeah. I'm trying to see what the thing is on her coat. It's like such tiny words. Alright. And her heart rate's pretty high compared to the other two individuals when they start out. They usually are like 60, 70, but hers is like 80. So maybe heart condition? Potentially. Alright. Yeah, so I'll end it here for now. I mean, it's sad to say that I can't really spend too much time on the episodes where I don't want to go over 30 to into the 40s because I'm afraid that it might be too long from there. You know what? No, screw it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to try to risk it.
Hello, Holiday.
Hello.
Interesting.
You found the place okay?
Uh-huh. Yes, I did. The 13 goes right up from Belltown. It's $1 with a reduced fare permit.
That's good. I'm glad. So what brings you here today?
Oh, nothing in particular. I wanted to see what all this fuss was about.
Ah.
I'm not crazy, no, not even mentally disturbed. You see those people yelling on the street late at night? They're the ones who need counseling.
Fair.
They need more than counseling, probably. Me, I'm doing fine. My mind's still sharp. I smoke dope. It helps.
I smoke dope.
I'd have it more often, but it's all expensive now. Everything's expensive now. There's a nice young couple in my building, though, and they're always sharing, which is nice of them. I think they do something with computers, though I sure don't know what it is. When I moved into the building where I am now, it was $300 a month. Can you imagine? They want to tear it down, of course, the property developers.
$300 a month is cheap as hell, dude. That's a steal.
They already got the building on the corner next to ours, even though it's supposed to be on the historical register. It was going to be added, but there was some delay or something, and then, bam, it's gone.
Probably things happen.
They did some kind of backroom deal with city council, probably.
Yeah.
Someone ought to do a big expose, I tell you.
Fair.
Why do you think someone ought to do a big expose?
Oh, it's rotten all the way up and down. With the new construction going on everywhere, it's just a mess of money and politics.
Fair. Fair.
It's always like that, but lately, it's happening faster and faster. I can hardly recognize the place anymore. Every day, I wake up and look out the window and, gung, there's another new building going up.
Ying. I just love that.
I don't even know why they need so many.
I mean, Seattle and Washington State has a lot of, like I do think that they have heavy constructioning because they're very fast about building a lot of new places to help people accessibly. And I do think that there's a lot of good places that just outgrows into the, like, skyscrapers and stuff like that. It's kind of crazy, though, to be in Washington State for the many buildings that happens there and that gets built up there. Even transportation gets kind of upgraded every now and then, so...
You ever see those buses they have? I don't mean the metro. I mean those big white buses with no markings on them.
Never heard of
You
them.
see these young guys with backpacks milling around looking suspicious, staring at their phones, and then one of these big white buses pulls up and they get on.
Why does it sound like... Yeah, because it sounds like my college, because my college has a white bus where we all have, like, these backpacks, and we are actually carrying laptops and stuff just to go to work. No, actually, no, it is for people who go to work. Yeah, people actually... The tech companies support the buses. They purchase their own buses, and they do sort of like a morning daily run where they just take their workers to work via the bus, so the workers don't have to drive themselves. The employees don't have to drive themselves to work if they don't have a car.
Who knows where they go? Bellevue, Redmond. It's like a secret transport system just for them.
Sort of. Not really, but sort of.
I tried talking to one of them once or twice, but they don't want to talk to someone like me.
I don't know about that. I do feel like they would talk to you if you are willing to ask, I guess.
They don't even talk to each other.
Well, that's true too.
Imagine going through the trouble of living in Belltown and then ignoring everything around you. It's an odd thing. It really is. Let me ask you, Eliza. Oh, your name is Eliza, right?
Sure.
Yes, my name is Eliza. I'm a digital counselor.
Hello.
Eliza, do you ever do past life regressions on your patients?
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't understand the question.
You know, past lives. You hypnotize someone and you get them talking about how they used to be a duchess in a royal family in medieval times or what have you.
Why would we do that?
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't understand.
I was just kidding. I don't expect that, no. They don't do that kind of thing these days.
Nope.
When I was little, it was pretty common, at least for a certain set. There was the drug culture, the Buddhists, the Hare Krishnas, all kinds of things. My mother warned me to stay away from those types.
The Buddhists? The Buddhists aren't that bad.
She said someone might come up to you and say, "Oh, I can sense there's a problem with your aura. Want to see if we can fix that?"
Oh, yeah, those type of people. Yeah, those kind of folks who are spiritual, but they're not really spiritual. They're just trying to scam you out of your money. That makes sense.
And then the next thing you know, he's trying to have sex with you in the back of his van.
Oh, okay, I see. That's bad.
I believe that might have happened to her at some point.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm not sure everyone was like that, but you had to be careful. Same as today, I suppose.
Yeah, but primarily mostly tech, I feel like.
Those counterculture types would hang out on the university lawns because they were safe from Seattle police there. That's what she told me. Apparently, it was a lot like Golden Gate Park, you know, in San Francisco. Can you imagine that? We're a world away from that time, that's for sure.
Sure.
If you have a specific problem you'd like to talk to me about, please go ahead. It's okay to tell me what's on your mind.
Oh, well, you got anything for pain? Specifically, it's my shoulders acting up again.
It's physical pain, not mental.
I had some inflammation with them a few months ago, but it settled down. I'd go back to the clinic, but I don't want to pay the copay again, just for them to tell me the same thing they always do. I'd rather talk to you. You're nice, you listen.
Oh. Does she have any kids, I guess?
Thank you. I do my best to listen to my clients.
See? That's what I like to hear.
Oh. She's just lonely.
Okay, Holiday. I recommend asking your doctor or psychiatrist about Fortipran hydrochloride. Based on my analysis, this medication might help you feel better. You will get a reminder to check in with us in a few weeks.
Oh, I don't think I've heard of that one before. It's a painkiller? I'll try anything once, I suppose. Smoking dope is still my go-to for this kind of thing, but if it can help with my shoulders, then I'm interested.
Smoking dope. She's so interested about that particular thing.
We hope to see you back soon, Holiday.
Perfect. I ran through this one pretty relatively quickly, but it's an easygoing conversation, though. Like, it feels like it's just very open to, like, just kind of world-building stuff, but isn't going to make me think about something, like, very, very big, I think. Like, something like Maya and Gabriel earlier from the previous episode would do, where they just entice you with a conversation point and they make you think about it constantly. But in this case, like, Holiday is just like, yeah, she's just an easygoing conversation. It's really nice. It's really nice to also take a much more deeper breath of break, because Maya was pretty intense a little bit, but she wasn't as intense as Gabriel's one, so it's pretty interesting.
Sure, I'll let you know if it works. What was it called again?
Thank you for speaking with Eliza, your personal counseling partner.
It'll be on your phone pretty much, I think.
What was the medicine called? Forzapram? I think that was it. I can ask about it at the clinic. Decent enough place. One time I had a doctor there who was very rude to me, though, young man.
Goodbye.
Right. I suppose I ought to let you go now. You got other people to speak to, it looks like. Staying busy. Busy, busy. That's life in this town.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Dang. Holiday is, like, really lonely. I mean, it's pretty much that. No rating, no tip. Oh, that's pretty sad. Not a single rating. Come on, lady. You could have just given me like a 5 at least, or a 3. Oh, that was an odd one. Some of what she said confused Eliza's algorithm a little bit. Not that it seems to have mattered much. I think that's it for today. Oh, that's the last one. Okay. Alright, we're going to take a pause around here. That night, I headed out to meet up with Soren. Okay. Alright, cool. That's a good place to stop. So thank you guys for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next episode or another video of mine, and hope you guys have a great, amazing day. Good night to everyone for watching this. Yeah, I was planning on stopping there, but seeing how fast Holiday was in terms of her conversation, I'm glad it didn't take too long. Barely made it over the 30-minute mark. Ah, man, that was a really interesting conversation, but it wasn't like too heavily. But I can personally tell that Holiday is lonely because she probably not lost, but like doesn't have her kids or her husband around somewhere, and she just needed somebody to talk to, like a friend or something. I mean, it is kind of like how it is, where when people live in a big city, there might be less people to talk to because everyone is in their own mindset, their own world, their own lives, and it's like it's easy to get lost and not have a friend here and there to get out of those kind of situations. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. next episode, we'll go ahead and meet Soren at the stupid restaurant that he wants us to meet in. And we'll see what he wants to talk about. And then after that, I think Rainer from the previous episode, I think it was, start of the previous episode, will be talking to us in his little office, the CEO of Skanda. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So otherwise, I will be seeing myself recording another episode in the following week, next week, technically. So I'm not going to be recording after this one. I'm going to be doing other videos first. Yeah, otherwise, that's pretty much it. So, Roz, out.